Hey everybody, it's Athena Renee here back with Discovering Your Destiny Oracle Reads. This is a channel where you receive divine downloads, inspiration, and insight on how to make your next move your best move. We're going to get right into this reading today. If this is your first time here, I'm so excited about you joining us today. I can promise you one thing about it. On this channel, these reads will uplift you and, as stated, give you that insight you need to make strategic moves, especially if you are the underdog, the black sheep of the family, or you are someone that is starting over from scratch and have no connections or clout to get to the top. You just know you're going, okay? So, this is the channel for you. Welcome, 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 and welcome back if you stopped by before. Let's go ahead and get into this move. Now, listen to me. For some odd reason, I've been having a lot of problems with the camera, with the equipment. We're going to continue to upgrade that. I don't know what's going on, but now that I've been doing readings, I see what a lot of the readers mean. Sometimes they're trying to get messages out and their camera or equipment just acts really crazy. And mine has definitely been doing that. So let me tell you this one thing. One, I've been wanting to give you guys these extended readings, but it seems like it just goes out in within 10 minutes. I don't know what's going on. But what we're going to do is the new setup is this. If we have any problems and the equipment is tripping out, we're going to make audio um, readings because I want you guys to get these messages. It's been some very powerful stuff that's been coming out, and it's helped me tremendously. So I know it can help you. Okay, these are oracle readings, which means these are intuitive downloads, and the cards are just the medium to communicate the message more clearly. Okay, let's get into it. Listen, your first card is beginning. And it's so crazy because we're in springtime. Springtime is always a good time to think about fresh beginnings, fresh starts. The card says it's a good time to start a new job or a whole new career. You have creative ideas that get noticed. Build a nest egg for the future. Listen, the last read that I was really trying to get out to you guys, I hope you picked that one up. It talked about planning your career. Listen, I don't care what age group you are in. Now is the time. There's no time like the present to plan for your future. We're living in a time of information technology. This is the information age. What does that mean? That means you have the world of information at your fingertips, but it's not the information that you receive, it's the information that you implement. Okay. And one thing about it, if you don't plan to succeed, you're planning to fail, right? And I know it sounds cliche, but it all starts with you knowing the destination of where you want to go. Here's a good thing. Sometimes people get frustrated with planning and starting over with fresh starts. It's really a good thing because you must understand everything in your past has led you to the point of where you are right now. But for better or for worse, yesterday's wins does not win for tomorrow, right? So that is the beautiful part about beginning again, starting over. Okay, beginning again. So it's not really necessarily like you're scratching the the slate clean because you do have your wisdom from yesteryear, right? You're just going to be moving better in your new wisdom. Okay. Another thing that I want you to understand about fresh starts and beginnings or about your plan is that even if you do nothing else, decide what is best for you. Decide where do you want to be in the future. Even if you did it for the next 60 days, for the next month, the next year, right? The next 3 years. Decide where is it you want to be in that time frame and how will you measure that, right? Because if you don't have a way of measuring your success, you don't know if you did anything or not. Okay, and it's just one day at a time, one step at a time. I went to the gym this weekend and I was thinking about how working out, becoming healthy, whether it's losing weight, maintaining, or building muscle, it's not about how much you do, it's about the consistency of it. And so someone invited me to a very exclusive gym. It was so nice. I mean, everything was there. Everything was Peloton and it was a beautiful gym, right? And I was in there for about an hour and a half, okay, maybe 2 hours. And something came over me and said, you know what? This 1 hour, this hour and a half that you're here, and it really wasn't a context of an hour. But what I thought to myself was this 1 hour at the gym is the same as 20 minutes for 3 days a week. But it's all about you being consistent. Whether you do it 1 day or 2 days, be consistent. And that's what I got from that. Okay. So make sure when you start over, don't necessarily think about like it's some big wave of an event, like some huge, because sometimes you get overwhelmed when you're starting over. Think about it as one thing at a time. Begin with the ending in mind and then take the first step. Because let me tell you something, sometimes for you to move on, you need to start over to go to the next level. Okay. Your second card is authority. All right. Clashes with the boss or challenge to your power will compel you to respond. Choose peaceful solutions if you can. Again, some of you are already bossed up, right? Depending on where you are in life, your journey takes you everywhere and it's all about learning. You must commit to a life of learning. And I can tell you two things. Number one, sometimes when you have clashes with the people that are in charge or even people that are quote unquote in the same position as you or think they're doing the same things as you, these are opportunities, number one, to work with people that you don't have the same point of view with, right? Because everything is about connecting with people. But the other part is sometimes this is a indicator that it's time for you to move on, right? Because when you're on a team, regardless of the position, you should be playing to win. But if you find yourself in a position working with people, whether it's at a job or in your business, and there's always friction, let me tell you one thing. And according to my book, Misfit Mastery, 33 Degrees to Misfit Mastery, rule number 10, okay, it says don't complain, observe and make change. Okay. And that's what bosses do. Once if you're having different challenges and clashes with people that are on your same, title or even an authority, listen, first of all, find a peaceful solution, right? Find a peaceful solution. And once you weigh your odds, if it's not about going to war and something that you know that you need to carry on your plate right now, don't say anything else. The peaceful solution that you offer, don't complain. Just make the changes you need to make because you only live one life and there's no need to fight wars that are not your battles, okay? Because at the end of the day, your third card says protection. And you know what this means? Anywhere that you have been rejected, it is divine protection. That is one of the main things, the best things about being a chosen one, a divine one, a black sheep, is that if you are rejected in any situation, you must understand that the divine creator is trying to protect you. Don't be hard headed. Don't be that, because sometimes when you're a leader and you're an outsider, you're like, nobody can stop me. Nobody's going to run me away. I remember I was in a scenario like that, and because I always have avoided conflict. Okay, I've always, as a black sheep, we love for people to get along. We like for people to be happy. We're sometimes people pleasers. Okay, and I was in a position where it was just people did not. It was an opportunity to really get to understand that as you're moving up, everybody is not going to like you. It does not matter what you're doing. This was the lesson that I was learning here. Okay, but I had told myself I'm not letting anybody run me off this job. I'm not letting anybody run me off of this opportunity that I have, right? And let me tell you something what God did for me. God brought two different opportunities my way in which I could have switched opportunities. I could have jumped ship at that time. But I was so caught up in talking about I'm not running away from anything. But it wasn't running away. It was time to shift. Well, let me tell you something. Things got worse because I didn't want to run away. I didn't realize that I was being protected. Those opportunities that came along because of the turmoil that was up the road, I had an opportunity to leave and I did not do it, right? Because you must understand in certain scenarios, rejection is your protection. And you will have things that come along the way where you can go ahead and abort that mission and continue on with your journey. And sometimes we'll try to fight to stay where we are out of comfort, or fight to stay where we are because a few of the people that we've met, they've had an influence on us. But I want you to understand, as a chosen one, if people like you, if they mess with you, it don't matter where you work, it don't matter where you're doing your business at, they're going to come through. Because as of today, there's only one person from that particular opportunity that I'm even in contact with. So I was trying to fight to remain, and God had sent me opportunities to move forward. It was His protection, and I was trying to fight the rejection. Okay. Because last but not least, when you stand in your power as a misfit and understand who you are, man, this is a freedom that nobody can give you. It's a freedom that nobody can take away. And this card says you need to have more flexibility with your schedule and income. Being self employed is ideal. Take off, time off will help you get clear. One thing about it, some of you are called to entrepreneurship. Okay. But what I also want you to understand is freedom is simply doing the work that you love. So it could be a small business, a nonprofit organization, but at the same time, it could be a career in leadership for someone's company. Okay. Everything is not about being self employed. You know, when COVID-19 came in, everybody was talking about doing their own thing and freelancing and all of this, right? And that's cool. Listen, I'm the poster child about talking about entrepreneurship and small businesses, but I'm also the poster child for understanding, if you can't work for someone else consistently, if you can't be disciplined helping someone else with their vision, you're not going to be disciplined on your own. Okay. And people, and don't get me wrong, everybody have their own school of thoughts and say, well, when you're doing your own, it's different. And, you might act different. But I want you to understand, when you're doing your own thing, there's nobody forcing you to get up. There's no one forcing you, and there's no one forcing you to do the job, but you're going to be getting that check. But when you're working for yourself in the beginning, right? You might not be getting the money that you deserve. Are you still going to get up with all of the discipline and focus and the excitement, right? That is the freedom of it, because you're building something for the future. Okay. And again, it doesn't matter if you have your own business or not. The freedom of it is you chose the company, you chose the direction. This is why it's all about that beginning and starting fresh and having a plan. This is why we talked about planning your career in the last read, because when you plan it, see, when it's your idea, that is a freedom, because no matter what you're going through, it's going to lead you to the place that you need to be. Okay. Now I'm going to leave this read right here. This one right here is just, it's listen, it's giving springtime. It's time for you to stand in your power and start doing things that you love to do. And that's going to bring you internal freedom and finances that you can't find anywhere else. And here's the deal. No one can take that from you. When you start to stand in your power and know, you know what, let me get in divine order for my destiny, no one can stop you. Only you can do that. That's why now is a divine time. When you catch this message, because it's not going to be for everyone at the same time, but when you catch this message, it's going to be your time to go ahead and start over, playing that career, so that you can have the authority. You'll be protected in your position. Nobody can take it. And guess what? If you reject it, it is your protection either way. And it's going to give you that freedom and finance that you deserve for you and your family and everyone that's connected to you. Okay. Listen, if you enjoy this reading and you find it insightful to your journey, go ahead and hit that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel. We'd love to have you. We're about to turn it up, guys. Please join our family at Instagram, Discover Your Destiny 33, or subscribe to this channel as well, because we're going to be giving out we got all type of giveaways, contests, and everything coming up. This is a channel that we don't even have a lot of subscribers, but God has been so good to us that we're very profitable here, and we want to spread the love. We want you to win as well and start your thing. Our first giveaway, we still haven't given it away yet, but you still have an opportunity, is the wireless lavalier microphone. So listen, make sure you join the family so that you can be a part of this contest. Okay, you will hear more about it, but the first thing you need to do is go ahead and subscribe to the platforms. Until next time, I'm signing off. I'm your girl Athena Renee. We're discovering your destiny. Take care.